Welcome aboard one and all to the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. The date was Saturday the 5th of February 2022, with the team making the trip to Bracknell to take on Harts of Bracknell FC in the last 16 of the EBFL Presidents Cup, a competition that features sides from Division 1 and the teams in the bottom half of the Premier Division within the East Berkshire Football League. This encounter against Bracknell was our first, with the host sitting top of EBFL Division 1 at the time, and they were unbeaten as well, and this is also a follow-up to the team's 8-0 home win against Sandhurst in the previous round. The host Bracknell were outfitted in their orange and black home strip, with the team sporting our navy blue home kit from Kitlocker. For this difficult cup game we only had the bare 11 players to call upon, with a 5-3-2 formation in the first half as we battled going uphill. In goal, Dan Bone was on shot-stopping duty and had a defensive line ahead of him that included central defenders Chris Marshall, Captain Vincent van Lembergen and Robert Austin, whilst we used wingers and utilised them as wing-backs, with Ash Ali on the left and John Watkins on the right. In midfield, Callum Fox-Spence and Gino Izzo were holding in the middle of the park, with Callum Parr-Jones occupying the number 10 position behind a strike partnership of Leon Mannion and Phil Newport. Ahead of kickoff, if you follow the team, don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribing to the channel for more action from the train, and you can also find out more about the club by visiting our main website hypetrainfc.com and by visiting our parent website over at thehypetrain.co.uk for more from the Hype Train. We get the action kicked off with Bracknell in orange having a free kick here from the left hand side. The ball is whipped in and Dan Bone makes a comfortable save. Bracknell did have a long throw merchant and were the better of the team in the opening quarter of an hour here. They get the ball deep into the penalty area before a deflected shot is collected again by Dan. The team's first foray forward in the first half saw Leon pick up the ball and drive forward. He's got a couple of Bracknell defenders that are trying to narrow his angles here. Though the number 9 is able to cut onto his right hand side, he gets the ball into the penalty area before Bracknell half clear the ball away to Gino. Gino sets and fires in a shot that's saved low to the goalkeeper's left. A goal was definitely coming though, and it happened when the host put in another long ball into the penalty area. As a flick on, it beats Dan at his near post, and Bracknell have a good start to the game. They fully deserve to have a 1-0 lead as the team really didn't get going in the first 20 minutes. Chances kept coming for the hosts as we're unable to clear the ball away. It was windy, we're going downhill. Bracknell here have put the squeeze on. They've got most of their men in our attacking third here. There's a deflection after a clearance that falls out to one of their players and a wild shot just goes over. Now from a Callum Fox-Spence corner here, the ball is punched away with Callum getting the ball in at the second time of asking, and it's cleared away yet again. We were dangerous from set pieces, and again Callum is stood over the ball. He gets in an effort that Vince is winning at the back post, though it's over the bar. Now from a Bracknell corner kick, they get the ball in low. It's a worked effort with their shot looping far and wide to the right. At times in the first half, our hopes were hanging on by a thread, and there was yet another Bracknell attack here as they worked the ball after they win an initial header from Dan's kick forward. There's a ball played through their defensive line here as a couple of players put their bodies on the line, though their shot isn't too far wide of the mark. Little by little though, the team were getting their foot on the game here as we finally worked a chance to get back level, and it starts when Gino does great work in the middle to free Phil. He eventually plays in Callum Parr-Jones here, and then we do the battle again in midfield with Gino winning the ball yet again. He feeds in Phil, who's taken down in the penalty area. The referee awards a penalty and we have a chance to level from the spot. Stepping up the mark was Leon Mannion, the team's number 9, with the forward laying his effort down the middle of the goal, and the team had their equalising effort in what was a tough first half. Heading into half-time, it was the team in blue that looked more likely that we were going to get a second in the game, and it starts when there's a clearance away, but to a Bracknell player. Bracknell tried to work the middle again, though Vince does well to clear again on second time of asking. It only sets up Leon to collect the ball and feed in Callum Parr down the left-hand side. The number 10 gets into the penalty area, he fires in a shot, but is saved by the keeper. 2 corner kicks later, there's a chance for Ash Ali here from a Callum Fox corner. The corner is well delivered and it's flashed wide of the mark from close range. Now into the second half, a John Watkins throw-in meets the head of Phil Newport. Bracknell are unable to clear as the ball falls out to Leon from a few yards out, though his wild effort goes over. From a Bracknell goal kick, it's now an opportunity for the team to put the squeeze on them. There's a win by myself at left back with Leon picking up the ball. He feeds in Phil here, though there's a tackle at the last by a Bracknell defender. Yet another long throw from Bracknell is to the penalty area. Vince clears away at the first time of asking before their player controls the ball here. It falls away and we're able to clear our lines yet again. But what this leads to is a counter-attack with Leon winning the ball here. He's got Phil running off of him in the penalty area. Leon eventually cuts back to Phil here and his header hits his shoulder and into the ground with Bracknell clearing away. The nearly moments kept coming for the team, and it starts when Vince intercepts brilliantly from a Bracknell pass forward. Callum Fox Spence then wins the second with Gino setting a Callum Parr pass. Callum's beautifully weighted pass beats the defence with Leon one-on-one, though the goalkeeper for Bracknell is out quickly to deny the goal. The resulting throw-in on the left-hand side is high and loops back out to myself at left-back. There's a low cross that just about evades Ash as the ball is away by Bracknell. Another long throw moment for Bracknell is another nearly moment here as the near post header is flicked onto the roof of the net. Bracknell then had another nearly moment in the game for themselves in what was a really big back and forth game for the club. Bracknell's right back does well to pick up the ball as they're working the channels well. The Bracknell player, as you can see on the right hand side, is squaring up against Vince here, then cuts the ball back into the middle of the pitch. They eventually squeeze in a shot on their right and it's wide of Dan's left post. This game, of course, had more goals in it and the game did not disappoint. And there's another opportunity and it starts when there's a throw-in into the middle of the pitch here. Then a little bit of pinball followed when Bracknell and ourselves are fighting for the ball in their defensive third. What eventually happens is Chris Marshall has played the ball and he puts in a lovely dinked effort over the defence. Leon wins the initial chest. He feeds the ball into Phil Newport, who's got a simple tap-in from a few yards out. And Leon there has really put himself on the line to make sure that the team have a 2-1 lead. Now, it was the first time the hosts had been down in the game and they hadn't been behind many times in their Division 1 campaign as well, and it's from a set piece here that is whipped into the penalty area that they play it short. They get in an eventual cross that is wide again. We're now in last chance saloon for the team in blue to get a third goal to kill off the game, and we have an opportunity here when Leon runs into the penalty area here. He gets in, cuts in on his left, he takes an initial shot that's well defended here, though the ball is still in play as Leon gets the ball from a few yards out and his shot hits the bar and it's out for a goal kick. What tends to happen in football when you miss a big opportunity is that it sometimes can rue you at the other end of the pitch, and that's exactly what happened here for the team. When Bracknell put the squeeze on us high up the pitch, they'd actually win the ball back and there's some fighting and scrambling on the left hand side as they eventually clear the ball out. What happens though is a cross comes back in, they head home from a few yards out, and Bracknell's home support have gone ballistic as the team have drawn level in the 90+ second minute as extra time loomed for the team for the very first time. For this last moment of the game, I'm just going to basically reiterate what I said before. In football, sometimes when you miss an opportunity or when you score a goal at one end of the pitch, sometimes the flip can be scripted on you almost immediately, and there's a moment that the team will never forget, and it starts when Vince plays the ball down to Leon. Phil then wins the corner kick, and we're desperately scrambling. It's the 90+4th minute. We've been frantically looking for the ball in the bushes, with Sam doing well to get the ball out. We've got just seconds on the clock here as Callum looks to put the ball on the spot as quickly as possible. He flashes in a corner that goes to the middle of the box. Leon chests it on and the ball falls out to Chris Marshall just a couple of yards out from goal. He smashed the ball into the roof of the net, and the team have made a miraculous last minute winner to send us through to the quarter-finals of the competition. End to end and ultimately dramatic in the second half. The team did it with virtually the last kick of the ball, with goals from Leon Mannion and Phil Newport setting the team on their way, with Chris Marshall scoring from a set piece at the end of the game in dramatic fashion. It was an amazing moment for the team, and that was enough to see us through the host Bracknell. Everyone, of course, would like to pass on their congratulations to Bracknell as well. They went on to win the EBFL Division 1. They're a solid young squad and were worthy winners of a strong division. Next up for the team on Saturdays, we were bracing ourselves for 2 weekends of football against Singh Saba in EBFL's Premier Division, whilst our next coverage will take us to RDSL Division 4 as the team were in action away from home against Whitleywood on a sodden pitch in Coley. Until next time, believe the hype.